I'm your host, Arwin, and before I start the show, please don't forget to share it on any platform you deem fit, and if you haven't already, follow me here on Rumble and be here when I'm going live, which is normally 2 p.m. Amsterdam time every day. And please also do support me through the PayPal, Patreon, Gifts and Go. Links are in the description box below, or send me a super chat over at the Rumble live chat, or subscribe to my channel. Support me that way. I really use the support. Alright. Weather today. Great. It's a bit hazy. You get the feeling it has some involvement of trails being left behind because of the patterns. But yeah, overall it's still a very nice and sunny day. Trees blossoming in full. It's really popping. Rosemary is doing great. Birds are enjoying the water put out for them. Right, it is Tuesday, the 8th of April 2025. The temperature is 15 degrees Celsius with 41% humidity and just 5 km/h wind, very low, 0% precipitation. And there it goes. Jackdaw taking a bath. Sorta starting, but I know he's gonna like eventually just take the entire bowl. That's what he does. Unless I'm scaring him away for a bit, and then other birds can still drink from it. Don't have to refresh it again. Right. Anyway, I hope everybody's having a great day. Nice weather. Yeah, there's some drilling again, but yeah, what can you do, you know? It's taking its damn time. It's been going on for like a month now. God. Like, is there even anything left in that in that apartment down there? Oh well. Some turmeric coffee here, no croissant today. And surprise, surprise, I'm hungry. Right. So yeah, yesterday's show, yeah, I don't know what to think about that. It was kind of good to like go through the situation that, I mean, flat Earth is receding in a way, or rather the interest. I mean, it's technically not actually receding. People are just getting to know it and then noticing the world really doesn't give a shit, right? I mean, what point is it even to bring up flat Earth when like just regular terrible situations can't even be stopped by protest, when they're actually terrible, and there's just giant hypocrisy reigning and all that. And yeah, I mean, just saying the Earth is flat or whatever, like, it doesn't stop any of that. Right. I've been catching up on my lunch break. There's elements to that always make me feel very uncomfortable. Mainly just the idea that there's some kind of group that just keeps tearing down really beautiful buildings that are not going to be reconstructed, and that sort of thing. Like that really gets on my nerves. But yeah, you do get a good look, and there was like some really interesting stuff on my lunch break. Apparently there was this giant steel beamed structure in Turkey, and that they found, but then they just like built a dam specifically to flood it, which like, and a whole bunch of other sites, which is totally insane. Like extremely deceptive. And I'm trying to figure out like how it's actually organized. It's like, it can't be that just all countries are going to do that. So it has to be about a governing group. What type of group is doing that exactly? So, I mean, they've got as far as like, yeah, Freemasons are involved, but I mean, it couldn't just be all Freemasons, because I mean it's like terrible stuff to do. So yeah, but I mean maybe they'll dig up some more specificities. I mean they are very researched. So yeah, it's a fascinating channel to follow. And they are doing quite well. A lot of attention, got a lot of sponsors, and I mean, yeah. They do deserve that. Because they're doing a lot of research. What the? Wow. Canada is actually suing Rumble over Donald Trump Jr. being on there. And they're saying they're causing political interference, but they're just doing that. Canada's getting worse. Alright, so there's some Rumble news. Oh, and Rebel news. Alright. So yeah, that's something I just bumped into. yeah, farmers are still in the same position here in the Netherlands, and they're just getting bullied by the government. It wants to buy them out, but then basically screw them over for supposed environmental reasons, which are literally just non-existent, provably. They're not present. Like, oh, nitrogen. Well, take a water sample, take a ground sample. It's not there. It's just all lies. Right. And we're supposed to have a farmers' party in power, but I mean, they've already turned out to be corrupted. And they are just not stopping that policy of bullying the farmers, even though they were specifically voted upon to do that. And they're not doing it. Yep. Alright. We'll see where that all leads. Right. I was on like Flat Earth Debate Discord yesterday, and like, holy shit, like John was like going completely berserk. Like refracted curvature when I popped in there on a couple of ballers, and I mean, they were really tedious. I've never heard John this pissed off. I mean, I know he gets irritated by ballers, I mean, who doesn't, but this was just like, holy shit, that's full-blown rage win. But yeah, rage John. But that level, like, and I mean, I joined in a little just to assist, because they were being extremely tedious and doing the scattergunning, and it was kind of good exercise to get into that psychological warfare delusion of like these fanatical anti-flat earthers that like to hang around and get in flat earthers' faces with their delusions, their propaganda, basically, and deal with that. Because I mean, yeah, I don't really hang around them over here anymore. It's all the same individuals, and the only thing they really end up doing anyway is just shaming my character or my life or whatever, and not even address the actual cosmological argumentation that I have to share at all, as we all know. Everybody that's been following me for years know that's how that goes. So they don't really come by anymore. I'm not really sorry about that. What I am sorry about is that other regular people or flat earthers don't really seem to come by that much anymore. And that they're all caught up in just extremely polarized infighting nonsense. A lot of them are out there. And like, I can't do anything with that. Because all those people want to do is just make you fall in line with them so that you're going to be outraged at the same things and accomplish absolutely nothing. Right? Right, so yeah, I'm getting the feeling that it's not even like internally, but externally it seems like just flat earth is running down, and I need to go. And I am exiting. Right, for me, it's the hunger. It's the hunger and the stress of just realizing that nobody really seems to care enough or is capable in any way to help me prevent starving while I do my show. Right, and yeah, maybe it's all just not flexible anymore. It's just not enough money to go around. So yeah, fine. I'll just try to figure out how to survive in another way. But I'm kind of sorry to go. I've learned a lot here. I've developed skills, especially communication skills. It was interesting to keep track of all kinds of developments out there and reflect upon them. Right, and I mean, maybe it'll come back like a phoenix, something, but yeah. Like, I don't really want to do this show anymore and then, like, end up basically not really being all that talkative. Because I'm hungry and all that, and I'm worried about eating. And not eating specifically. Like, it sucks. It really sucks, guys. Like, and all it's gonna do is just radiate that feeling onto everybody else, and then, like, yeah. Like, it's not doable. Like, I'm not just gonna share my happiness and then everybody leaves as soon as, like, I run out of food. Like, it's really mean. It's mean. It's unfair. And I'm sick of it. So yeah, I'm actually kind of looking forward to trying out new work. Right. That's also why I'm meeting tomorrow. Because, I mean, figuring out, like, what I'm actually going to be doing, it's something, like, I'm not going to discuss with people in the chat, just to be clear. Because, like, that just does not help at all. It hasn't helped. Like, people do that, they try, and then they're like, oh, you just went help. Like, yeah, but you're not helping them. You're not. Because I don't need chat participants to tell me how to live my life, if you fucking know what I mean. Yeah? And, like, you don't understand how things work in the Netherlands compared to wherever you're living, because it's going to be different, very, very different. And so you just shouldn't even try to compare it to your situation and how it works over there. I'm just gonna try it out, help, and then yeah, we'll see where that goes. And hopefully a great start would be not starving every month. That would be a great start, and maybe we'll see where we can even take it from there. Maybe we can take it further, but just not starving every month be a great start. It would actually be worth it. Maybe even being a little bit bored every day and not really having anybody to talk to. I spent most of my life not really having people to talk to. So, I think I can handle it. What the fuck? That's nuts. I'm just looking through an article. There's like this. The Netherlands is like really crazy too in its own way. I mean, it's not Germany, it's not England, but they give fines to people that just make comments to videos. What the fuck is that? Like, what even is that? Like, how is that legal in any way? Like, they can't actually, like, the only way to even attempt to justify that is by some weird twisted interpretation of some emergency situation in declaring terrorism or something like that. I don't even know how they formulate these kinds of fines that they hand out for comments to videos, but it's just nuts. Like, there is another way to deal with it, yeah, instead, and that's just delete the comment. Done. It's nuts. Dude, I wish I could find people for negative comments. That would be amazing. But shouldn't be engaging with this kind of insane feudal level fines to people. It's basically a fine for looking at the king with an unsavory face. Like, that's kind of what this shit is, right? A guy gets a fine for a negative comment on a video. That's literally like locking that man in jail overnight for looking with a cranky, unsavory face at the king. Like, that is basically what that is. It's nuts. Like, that is not something that, like, modern governments with the modern laws should be doing. It's totally insane. But it's happening here in the Netherlands, and not just here. I mean, in Germany, they take it as far as actually arresting people that make comments. And they also do that in England. Right. I just feel lucky that I don't bother to even comment on these deranged politicians directly on their material, because I mean, that's like just asking for trouble. It's like, oh, if you don't go there and just grovel to them but give criticism, they're gonna fuck you up. Even though they legally shouldn't be able to, they're still gonna do it. And I'm like, I don't even, like, why? It's also because to me that they are just evil is so obvious to me. It feels kind of stupid even just saying it. especially going there and saying it. It feels like our whole, like you could compare it to the whole cabinet being the emperor without clothes, and then just like sending in kids to just point it out, and then they get arrested every time. Like, people should just be seeing it. And if they're not saying nothing, it's only because they are basically socially manipulated into going along. And that's it. Like, they deep down realize, like, that it's corrupted. They're just being socially manipulated into just going along and groveling so that they might get some kind of favor from the emperor or the king, right? That's the idea. And unfortunately, a lot of Dutch people are very much like that. It's like the more irritating side of the Netherlands. There's a lot of people that really know how to grovel. And the more based classical Dutch person and the farmer type and all that, like they can't stand those people because like groveling is actually really, like classically is really un-Dutch to do that. The original story of the Netherlands is like pretty proud people. We faced the Spaniards in the 80-year war and survived it because we just refused to do what they told us, right? And that feeling is kind of ingrained on people that have strength here, because not everybody does. There's a lot of very domesticated people, like extremely domesticated people. That I think that's probably the best way to describe it. And I mean, everybody knows domesticated people. A lot of city people, especially younger adolescent people, are very much like super domesticated. Like, you can tell if you have the sense for it and you are not domesticated yourself. You can tell just from the outside, like, oh, these people do not really have the capacity to judge reality at all. They've been brainwashed by media opinions and narratives and social pressures, and they're just basically teenagers that just didn't grow up. Didn't get a realistic prospect of like how to be self-sufficient in this world. And I mean, it's not easy, man, because it's specifically being undermined, self-sufficiency, by the commissar elite. They're undermining people's ability to be self-sufficient. Which is very tragic. Right, and one of the proofs of that is that, yeah, farmers, they're getting continually burdened and attacked and mobbed by climate change protesters that are protected by the police, even though they actually do commit vandalism and all kinds of shit. So it's kind of difficult to figure out even what to do with all this at this point. Right? There's a whole bunch of Dutch lawyers that are trying to resist, and they're just exposing all kinds of things and illegal things that have been done by these cartel members, by these commissars. But because the legal system itself and judges are in place and a part of those of the cartel, like, yeah, you can expose all the illegal stuff in the world and then just nothing is done with it. It's very similar practically to like what's been happening in the US. It's like Trump administration, Elon exposing all these crimes, Trump firing those people, but then no arrests. Even though it's like, but they literally committed crimes. Like, those are arrestable offenses. Right? But over here, like, those people aren't even getting fired. I mean, at this point, we would love to have a Trump, as some of like the supposed right-winger party people that are here, like Forum for Democracy that I'd vote for, they're like, yeah, we wish that we had a Trump. We could just fire these corrupted people. But I mean, it's not enough though. There seems to be like this unspoken weird undertone consensus about this is the way to do it. You just fire these people. Like, why not arrest them for provable crimes? What's going on here? I mean, is there some weird powder keg situation going on where if we start arresting people in government for their crimes, that's gonna lead to more demands of arrest, and then like the whole thing just blows up into total malarkey or something? Like, has justice become impossible because of like advanced systemic corruption that might be going on way longer than we could even imagine? It just, yeah, it's confusing to me, and I don't like to be confused about this sort of thing. But it does seem like over the years, like it is getting more difficult to actually figure out, to simulate what the hell is even going on. Like, why? Why aren't basic logical actions or reactions done to obvious situations? Hey, Maxed Out Bear, first in chat, good to see you. We sign up to Kali Yuga. I've been hearing that word going around. Hope you're enjoying the show. Let's see, what is that? Oh, it's Hindu. Oh, right. It's like a burn-off period. You could be right, man. I mean, it does just feel like that. Like the malarkey of it. Like, crimes exposed. You're fired. And they just like walk away. Like, it does feel very Sodom and Gomorrah level. Or Kali Yuga, I guess, depending on which cultural route you're going to take to interpret it. So yeah, you could be right, Maxed Out Bear. Although, I mean, technically it's not an excuse. You can't just say, oh yeah, that's just the way things go. Like, that is never acceptable. You can't let the spirit of the times dictate how you deal with the law. Because the spirit of the times is really like erratic and whimsical with that sort of thing. Well, justice is supposed to be a timeless, logical structure. It's like it's just that way. You just have to follow those rules. It doesn't change. The spirit of the times is like a constant flipping inside out of perspective and how you feel about the world, and that's the spirit. And it's totally chaotic and ever-changing, responding to whatever's happening, very emotional oriented, and it changes continually, while justice is supposed to be a rigid set of rules that are basically eternal, rooted in logic itself, God's law. And my worries is that people may get used to justice not existing. And every time that happens, it's really bad. Because once people basically remain passive in the face of injustice like that, things get even worse. Hey, Flatter Sage. Because the people that are using that sort of tactic, derailing tactic, like they can always derail things further. I mean, that's the entire direction of Sodom and Gomorrah. It's like, yeah, things can always be worse, and they will always be worse. The more you give in, the worse it gets. And like, there is no limit to how bad it can get. That's because in the end, the way that kind of force, that kind of evil ruling force, the Saronic force, how it does things is by keeping everybody off balance in order to retain control. And so then there is no limit to how dark and how twisted things can become. Because the purpose of the darkness and the twistedness is to keep everybody off guard in order to keep control, so that they don't regain their higher functions and are able to unwrestle themselves from that control. That's the logic of darkness and evil. People missing China. No. I mean, there's weird shit going on in China all the time, Flatter Sage. It's, to me, it's all chaotic. And I mean, China is, don't forget, China is like an absurdly large, heavily populated country. So, the problem is that they could just suddenly round up entire cities of people, and it might take a long time before anybody even catches on that's happening. Only like secret spy satellites or whatever could even pick up that anything is happening. But I mean, it's well known that they've like rounded up the Uyghurs and all that. Oh, you're talking about the ghost cities. Yeah, but that's different though. The ghost towns, it's not because there were living people in it. Flatter Sage, they massively overbuilt. You can't forget, like, when in the beginning, when the globalists were all piling it on with China, like an apparatus of like construction work like started to form that has been like unseen for centuries, and they just started building cities, and they just kept it going and going, and there was even like fraud happening to just keep going, and so they ended up with tons of ghost cities where nobody's actually going to be living, where they literally have, I think they even like went as far as to like just pay people to live there in the hopes that it would start attracting other people. I'm not sure about that detail though, but that's kind of the direction. Metropolitan areas that opened up ghost towns a few months ago. That is really strange, Letter Sage. I mean, I'd love to hear more about that. That's very strange. Hard to tell if China started rounding up millions because they all look like... That's so wrong, Maxed Out Bear. But I mean, dude, the CCP, you don't know what they are capable of. I mean, they are unrelenting when it comes to just their non-recognition of the value of human life. And so, I mean, maybe they literally just like evacuated an entire city and that just set them straight into a meat grinder. And I'm not talking about a war, but just literally like slaughter them and dissect them and extract all their organs. And maybe they just did that. Like, I'm sure eventually we're gonna find out if they did that again, because it wouldn't be the first time, because that's part of the thing that they did with the Buddhists and the Uyghurs. The Uyghurs still ongoing, I think. So yeah, who knows, man? Downplay media? Yeah, but fuck the media. I mean, at this point, to complain about mainstream media, Flatter Sage, that's just on you. That's just on you at that point. I mean, to me, what mainstream media stands for is they have a story. The first thing you do is take the story, then reverse everything to exactly the opposite of what they're saying. That's going to be the closest to the truth that you'll ever get. So, I mean, to complain about their position is kind of on you. Right. Yeah. They don't do that sort of thing all the time. You can't. Maxed Out Bear. But they do that kind of thing periodically. Unfortunately. And some of it on record. And nobody does anything about it. I mean, in the West, like, politics here haven't even complained about it. They have not even laid down a complaint. Why? Because they'd be afraid they lose all their cheap goods. Literally. Yeah. European elites here, and I mean the people arguably as well, but especially the elites, they literally let China just slaughter millions and millions of people just so they could have cheap goods. That's the fucking reality, and there's nothing anybody can do about it, because that is what happened. And people knew it. They knew it, and they chose the cheap goodies. The cheap blood goodies. Yeah? People wanna, on the left, they wanna complain about the blood diamonds. Yeah, how about the blood cheap goods from China? Yeah, they're blood goods. I mean, slave factory, that's blood goods. People die working on that shit. Alright, anyway, good to have you guys in the chat here. Appreciate it. I'll be added to the screen. It is turning out to be a good show. Don't forget to Rogan's it up if you're liking it. Summarize what I talked about to put it in the title. It's going to be difficult, but I thought it was a pretty good first 45 minutes show. Dude. Alright, let's start with this. Fleeing to the Netherlands. That's very cute, maxed out bear, but literally I do not have a couch here. So, yeah, it's not gonna work. And I mean, I don't think the Netherlands is better off than the America right now. Where's the copy you comment? Oh yeah. Yeah, I did spell that right. Yeah, let's spice it up a bit more with the title. Oh, fearborn, fearborn. Oh, really, is it? It's only fear porn if it's not stopped. And if I'm telling you there's nothing you can do, I'm not telling you that. I'm just pointing it out. Right? And I don't know. I don't really have a solution for it that is non-violent, and I think that a lot of people are doing the best they can, but I mean there are parts missing. There's some things, details missing in those that are attempting to stop it, and it's not getting addressed. So is all the opposition just basically trying to take up a camp and pretending with some kind of false hope that they are doing something about it, pointing out crimes, when nothing is actually done? I'm not sure, like, it might be with some, but I think a lot of the people that are doing it, that like they can't really handle that nothing's happening in response. Like, yeah, but 30 years ago, if you just like exposed a crime like this, something would be done. And now there isn't. Why? Because the rot has settled in the apparatus that would normally react to injustice. Attention. The real learning moment for a lot of people should be, how do you tackle corrupt judges that prevent justice on purpose? Like devils. Like, what do you do? How do you deal with that? How do you get them out? And what can be done to prevent that from happening again? Is there anything that can be done to prevent that from happening, or is all you can do is just hope it stays well, and then when another corrupted one gets in, try to get him out again? But I mean, if you can't get him out, see, so that is the details, the specialty you need to even figure it out is going to be legal. It's legal system based. And I mean, if it can't be fixed, then the legal system itself might need a tune-up. Because if an entire legal system can be corrupted to this level, you can just like clean it up again, but it's immediately gonna move in as soon as the people that are stopping it get too old or die or something or give up, and then they'll just move back in. So a legal system needs to stay pure. How do you ensure that? Because you can't just say, no, justice is whatever the people think it is or something. Like, no, it is not. Because you can't leave justice to democracy, because then you end up with a bunch of road warrior, maniacally insane people. Right? And they're all going to collectively agree on exactly the opposite of justice being justice, because they just want totally bewildered freedom to do whatever barbaric, maniacal thing that they want to do. And that's never justice. The justice is never contemporary. It's never about the spirit of the times. It is eternal. It's always the same way, and you can't leave it to democracy. There has to be a set of rules that should not be interpretable to the point where justice can be dispensated or not done. Right, anyhow, I'm glad I did a show today. Got a focused presentation of a serious item that's like this is societal thinking. These are the works. These are the works for the world. Everybody who wants to really help solve the problems that are there, everybody knows just pretending like something is solved and when it's not actually solved doesn't solve the problem. It just masks it. It just broom it under the carpet kind of thing, right? But in order to deal with it and not play along with pretending like it doesn't exist, you have to face how bad it really is. And I feel like I am actually capable of doing that. So that people that can then accept or handle that and face that can have a clear possibility to unleash their own talents to help figure out how to actually tackle the situation. Because in order to tackle a situation like this, you need to know how real it is. It's very similar to like Lord of the Rings setting. Like in order to actually win from Sauron, you have to face how horrendous it all really is. Because a lot of the people in their just comfy lives out there in the Shire and all those regions, like, yeah, but they can just pretend like it doesn't exist because they're not directly affected. And then it will inevitably go wrong. It will just creep on them and then they're lost. So you have to face the reality about it in order to get to the position where you can actually do something. And that's hopefully where I'm helping. I'm kind of being a bit of an Elrond, if you will. Of course, pun intended. Say, considering that I've called myself a half-elf, but I mean, this is kind of what I'm doing. And it's also in The Lord of the Rings what made me resonate with Elrond as a character, because like Elrond is like always concerned with like the fate of the world and understands the depths and understands the psychology of people and why they wouldn't do things, or like he totally got it and dealt with the burden of it, and that psyche in that story really appealed to me. Even as a kid, it was like, oh, that's like my dad. That's like how, that's somebody that gets it. That's like, they'll just take up intellectually the responsibility in ways. All right. So yeah, I hope everybody's enjoying the show. It's been good. Don't forget to Rogans it up and right. Remember Lord of the Rings. It a lot of in the movie, even at the end, it all seems very doomed. Right? When the enemy really tries to demoralize you, it usually is a sign that things are about to fall apart. Because evil bluffs about how much power it has all the time. Because they have no allegiance to the truth in any way. Talking about like that, one of the final scenes in the third Lord of the Rings where they're basically like, hey, we caught the mithril shirt. We tortured Frodo, right, to death. It's a lie. And they don't, like, the company of men, they don't know. They don't know whether that's real, but they're just going about on feeling, and they're there to give one final distraction at great cost in the belief that it could still be done. And because if it would all go wrong and Frodo would fail, then they'd all be doomed anyway. Like, that's a really important part of the Lord of the Rings story, is like this moral mindset and in decision making, and it's really intense. Lord of the Rings is really intense if you allow that to seep through. And they do communicate it also very well in the movie, I think. I mean, probably not as much as even in the written book, but still plenty. Still good enough, I think. And now the more that I'm like getting into those movies again and Lord of the Rings and just the idea of it, it really does feel like our enemy here as truthers, the satanic enemy, the Jacobins, the Commissars, like, they are like a Sauronic force. They really are. And they even like match the operation. The only big difference is that the people under their mind control aren't just like dip-faced, ugly, diseased monsters. They're just crazy, freaky people. But I mean, when you compare those two arcs, I mean, it's really not that far of a stretch. It's almost like they grew towards that. Like, did Tolkien know? Did he know that? That the evil, like, turns people into orcs? I mean, did he, like, pick that up from, like, the French Revolution, where that was already kind of happening in ways? Did he pick that up from pre-Nazi Germany? Right. Right, but yeah, maxed out very, like, you're not gonna flee America. That's very strange to say that. Like, I don't see why you would need to do that anyway. Like, the Netherlands is really not all that better off. It's like, oh, you'll have, I don't know, less chaos maybe? But then, like, you'd be facing the prices here, and it's, like, not good, man. Like, the high prices of everything is like slowly but gradually like dissolving the dynamic of the middle class here. Like they are just like, they go a step down. Higher middle class becomes lower middle class. Because of the pricing, it's just not, it doesn't give them the actual power anymore. So, yeah. I don't think fleeing to the Netherlands is going to be a solution to, like, anybody in the world. I think that there's a greater chance that people will actually migrate out of the Netherlands if the prices here aren't restored to tenable levels soon. Because they just, even now, they're still just saying like, oh yeah, we're gonna up this tax, and now we're gonna up that tax, and it just keeps going. The way they're doing it, it's gonna be like at insane levels where in a decade, I could imagine that it would, like, people would literally not be able to buy anything with the money. It's just nothing becomes affordable. Everybody is like, everybody would almost be in my position, even having a job. Like, they just wouldn't be able to buy food. And then probably in response to that, you'll get like a black market for food. And yeah, that's logical, and that's probably the reason why they're attacking farmers. Because those farmers will be the ones that would be doing it, basically selling cheap food to have mercy on the people, because, I mean, that's why you become a farmer, right? To feed people. And that's why they're getting attacked, so that people are just going to be purely at the mercy of the government, to the point where it's like, please give me food, I'm starving, my kid is starving. Like, okay, well, we can give you this food, but you have to sign up for the military and die for us. That's where they want to take it, guys. It's real, it's really gonna happen. They are really shamelessly gonna do that. They're still just now trying to send out the younger generations that just wanted to be part of the military here, and they're just trying to all get them killed in Ukraine. But they're not gonna leave it to that. Even if they all die, which I hope they don't. They're just gonna then start sending other people there from the Netherlands, making people that are desperate enough, buying them off just to send them there. Right, but I mean, maxed out bear, I think for America, there's also like a lot of things are changing per state. So you gotta like reorient yourself and like, how are the states working now? Because things are changing around. if you feel like where you're living at is becoming untenable in the United States, then just look into the other states, how that works, and see if you can move to those. Because, I mean, there are opportunities popping up. Right? I mean, all periods of crises always come with opportunities. They just always do. And I'm not just talking about opportunities to abuse, because, I mean, those are there too, unfortunately. Alright, anyway, I appreciate the contribution here in the chat. Maxed Out Bear, Letter Sage. But yeah, you've been quiet for a while. Is that it? Is this it? Not complaining, just asking. Because if so, I'm probably gonna round out the show soon. But it's been good, though. I mean, I'm very happy with today's show. It's been interesting. All I hope is that people will find it interesting enough to consider supporting me so that I don't have to starve. Please help out your local Arwin. Alright, well, thanks a lot. Thanks a lot, Maxed Out Bear, Letter Sage. I mean, you're probably busy or something, but you could have just said something in the chat. Whatever. gonna have a smoke. I'll be right back, and we can see, we can continue the conversation or start a new conversation. Maybe somebody has some questions. Or I'll round out the show. I mean, it's all good. It's been a good show anyway, so I'm happy. It's all done. Right. So, I guess this is where the show ends. Dude. No. Right. So, thanks everyone for coming. Hope you liked this show. I thought it was pretty interesting. If you liked it, don't forget to Rogan's it up, and if you haven't already, follow me here on Rumble and be here when I'm going live, which is normally 2 p.m. Amsterdam time every day. And please also do support me through the PayPal, Patreon, Gifts and Go. Links are in the description box below. Send me a super chat over to Rumble live chat or subscribe to my channel. Support me that way. I can really use the support. And yeah, I mean, support your local Arwin, right? I really need it. Food and all that. Right, so I'll be back tomorrow, but probably late. Probably gonna be there at like somewhere between 2:30 or 3. With Flat Earth Early Bird number 2255 on a Wednesday. Hope to see you all then. And yeah, have a great day. And until the next video, keep it flat.